Do you want to look like your favorite anime characters, but you find it impossible to stay consistent in the gym? The reason why you're struggling isn't because you're lazy. It's not because you're not trying hard enough, and it's not even because you don't know what to do. Look, after going to the gym for years and making no progress, I've eventually realized that we've all been going about working out wrong. If you want to actually build your dream body, then you must follow the new way to work out, which starts long before ever stepping foot inside a gym. So right now, you are like Deku at the beginning of My Hero Academia. Because Deku was quirkless, he wanted to become a hero, but he had no way of doing it. And what did All Might tell him to do? He didn't say, "You can go ahead, be a hero, come on, let's go fight some monsters." No. What All Might had Deku do was train for 8 months to prepare himself as a proper vessel to accept One for All. Now, imagine this for a second. What would have happened if All Might gave Deku One for All at the very beginning of the show before ever training? What do you think would have happened? Well, they said it in the show. His limbs would fucking explode. He would not have been able to handle it. Deku was literally incapable of becoming a hero. Of course, by training his body and becoming a proper vessel for All for One, he was eventually able to inherit the quirk properly and safely so then he could become a hero. But at that very beginning moment, when he first met All Might, in that moment, Deku was not capable of being a hero. So Deku's goal was physically impossible for him to achieve because he was not the proper vessel. Now you want to go to the gym. You want to build an anime body like your favorite characters. But right now, you are physically incapable of doing that. We're going to work on that. But right now, you must understand that you are not the proper vessel to be capable of building that body. The gym is not the problem. You are the problem. Okay? I want you to understand that. Because if you don't understand that, we cannot move on. It is by understanding that the gym will work for everyone. Going out and training will work for everyone. But the reason why it hasn't been working for you is because you lack the ability to stay consistent with anything. Every single time you try going to the gym, you give up. Even when you are trying to go to the gym, you skip days, you skip exercises, you're not even training that hard. When you try quitting video games, you can only stay away for a few days. When you try quitting porn, you can barely make it a few days. You need to fix your chronic inconsistency to become the proper vessel so that you can make the gains. So now you're probably thinking, how do I become a proper vessel? How do I fix this inconsistency? This is the way, right? So what do I do? The thing that you need to understand is that this is not going to be accidental. There is a process behind meticulously improving your ability to stay consistent with any activity or habit, pursuit, anything. There's a process behind that. You're not going to just waltz in and say, I'm going to become consistent with the gym, and then out of nowhere, you just figure out everything. It's not accidental. You must understand the process behind it, whether you discovered it with years of failures like I did, or I just fucking teach you it right now. So the full process to becoming a proper vessel for going to the gym, there's a lot of nuance, there's a lot of strategies in that. I'm not going to be able to cover the full thing here, so I'll just give you the gist. But if you do want the full thing, that is all covered inside of my training arc blueprint, which is designed to get you from skinny to muscular and building your dream body like your favorite anime characters in as short of a time as possible. This right now is going to be the short version of that, but if you want the full thing, it's in the description. So the process to becoming a proper vessel is actually perfectly illustrated in Jinu's fight against Kang in Season 1 of Solo Leveling. If you remember, Kang was a B rank hunter with an assassin type, so he could use his stealth skill to go invisible, which means his enemies had no idea he was coming. So when Jinu was about to fight Kang, you would think that you'd be really fucking scared, because if you can't even see your enemy, how are you supposed to defend against him? But here's the thing, Jinu didn't struggle. That wasn't because Kang's stealth skill wasn't working or anything. There was a fucking malfunction. No. Jinwoo had such a high level of perception that he could know where Kang was without even seeing him. And it's this perception that is the foundation of becoming a proper vessel. Because think about it. What happens when you try going to the gym, but you end up quitting? You end up not going. You have the thought of like, I should go to the gym, but what happens immediately afterwards is you think to yourself, oh, it's kind of cold out today, and I have a lot of homework to do, and it's okay if I don't go because one day is not going to ruin my game, so you justify to yourself why it's okay to not go. That mental gymnastics is a perfect example of a lack of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the skill of being aware of your thoughts. So just like Jinwoo being able to see Kang as he's fighting him, mindfulness is the ability to see those thoughts in your head that you're fighting against, and that once you defeat them, you can actually go to the gym. Because before you ever go to the gym, before you ever step foot inside of a gym, that mental battle of fighting your excuses, fighting your silly fucking dumb reasons of why you shouldn't go, that battle is what you must conquer first before you can ever worry about sets and reps and volume. So mindfulness is that very thing. Just like how Jinwoo has perception, we have mindfulness. So we need to develop our mindfulness skill to be able to be aware of our thoughts so we can battle against them, conquer them, and actually consistently go to the gym. Like seriously, just imagine if you were trying to go to the gym and you had zero resistance to it. Your mind literally gave you positive thoughts to wanting to do difficult things. You said, I want to go take a shower, and your mind's like, let's go fucking do it. You say, I want to sit down and study for 3 hours, and your mind helps you do it. Your mind doesn't even desire going on your phone. You don't even want to go and play video games. And when you're there, you are so focused and your mind doesn't wander and is completely locked in on the task that you're doing. That would be so fucking easy to make games, right? It's like literally having the system for solo leveling. It's like fucking hacks. That's literally how overpowered being aware of your thoughts are. Because when you're aware of your thoughts, those negative emotions, those silly fucking excuses don't even stop you anymore. So it's basically the equivalent of not even having them at all. Because they are worthless to you. Okay, I'll stop edging you. You're probably wondering, how do we fucking develop our mindfulness skill then, alright? Get to the point, bitch. And don't worry. The way that we're going to develop mindfulness is through a simple practice that I'll walk you through right now. So in a second, what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes, take a deep breath, and feel the air rising through our stomach, and then our stomach falling back down as we breathe out. Okay? Let's do it together now. Congratulations, dude. You just did your first second of meditation. Yes, meditation is the practice that you do to level up the skill of mindfulness. Like in an RPG, if you want to level up your attack skill, you'd go fighting monsters. And if you want to level up your magic skill, you'd start using more spells. Meditation is what you do to level up mindfulness. So like I was talking about earlier, mindfulness will unlock all of these amazing benefits to you so that you can actually build your dream body. So it is so important that you start meditating from now on. But now you might think, okay, I'm gonna meditate, okay, cool, but what the fuck does that even mean? Well, how long should you meditate for? We need to meditate, right? So we just took a breath, right? We were just focusing on our breathing. How long should we do that for? Should we do that for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe an hour? I want you to meditate every day for 5 seconds. Not 5 minutes, 5 seconds. Because I want you to actually stay consistent with this habit. I'm not going to just throw you in the deep end like any other fucking YouTuber who talks about making muscle would. I'm not going to tell you, oh, just start meditating and leave you at that. The practice that you need to do to actually get better at meditation and stay consistent with it is what I call taking baby steps. Because right now, you have a little comfort zone. And this bubble, everything inside of it is very easy to do. You can do it without thinking. And anything outside of that little bubble is going to have a lot of resistance. Taking 5 seconds to do meditation is literally right outside of our comfort zone. It is so fucking close to our comfort zone that it's basically exactly what we're normally used to doing. It won't take any actual effort because who the fuck can't sit down on the floor and breathe for 5 seconds, right? That's how fucking easy we're talking about. But because you haven't been doing it consistently, there's still going to be some resistance towards it, which is why it's just barely outside of your comfort zone. So if I told you to do 5 minutes, you would be way out here, you'd do it for 2 or 3 days and you'd quit, right? We've all done this before. We say, we want to quit video games, all right? So then we go a couple days and we're like, oh, our friend messages us, hey dude, you want to hop on League? And then you fucking play. You say you want to stop watching porn because you're sick and tired of it, you want to be better, and literally within the same fucking day you go back. The reason why you do this is because you're pushing way too far outside your comfort zone. And the way to overcome this is to take our goal and bring it as close to our comfort zone as possible. That is the whole methodology of baby steps. So 5 seconds a day. It is so easy that it is impossible to mess up. And trust me, dude, this is the practice that will help you develop mindfulness so then you don't have to battle with yourself to go to the gym and you just effortlessly go to the gym and you do every single workout consistently for months and then you will build your physique. It is that fucking simple. If you develop mindfulness meditation, you will build your physique. It is a direct correlation. Because those guys who aren't aware of their thoughts, they don't have mindfulness and they think, oh, meditation's gay, that's stupid, I'm not doing that. Those guys will continue to struggle, they will continue to fail, and they will stay skinny forever. So because you're not like that, and because you're an ambitious young man, you're going to listen to me, you're going to do your 5 seconds of meditation every single day, and you're gonna get jacked, right? That's as simple as it could possibly fucking be. And again, just like imagine how great your life would be when you have 0 thoughts of resistance in your mind. You want to get better at the gym, so you go more. You want to develop this skill of studying, so you study more. You want to quit a bad habit, so you just quit it. This is all possible, and only possible through meditation. So this is literally the gateway to your new fucking life. You should be excited. You should think, with this, I'm going to finally become confident. I'm going to walk through school with my head held high and my back straight. Girls are going to start looking at me. Guys are going to start wanting to become my friends. They're going to listen to my advice. I'm going to become a leader. I'm going to become the best version of myself. And better yet, I'm going to stop hating myself. I'm going to look at myself in the mirror and realize that I actually like who I am. I am proud of the man that I have become because I am no longer giving into these bad habits that are ruining my life. I am finally taking control of my destiny and I am becoming the man I've known for years I've always been capable of doing, but I've sabotaged myself because I was too fucking lazy to take action. If you do this, if you fucking do 5 seconds of meditation, that's all I ask, you will see your life transform. So please, do your meditation. That is how you will change your life. But this is just the beginning. You now have the pathway ahead of you to know what to do to make gains. But as far as the specific knowledge and strategies and how do you level up your meditation? And when you are becoming better at being mindful of your thoughts, how do you practice discipline? And what do you do when you're in the gym? And what do you do on days where you're not really feeling like it, but you're still know that you should go? Like all of the specific things and then the strategies and then the tactics, all of the knowledge, all of that. If you feel like you still need more help, then all of that information, so you can just turn off your brain, listen to what I say, and speedrun yourself to building your dream physique. All of that information is within the Training Arc Blueprint. It'll give you what you need to go from skinny to jacked and confident like your favorite anime characters. That process took me years to find out. So instead of stumbling, trying to figure this out, making years of your life wasted because you didn't know what to do, I could just give it all to you now, and you won't struggle with this ever again. So right now, this is the start of your new life. And if you want all of that information to make this beginning of your journey, the last time you say to yourself, I'm going to start going to the gym again, then click the link in the description. This is it, dude. Finally, you are going to change your life. I'm confident in that because this is the only way to build your dream body. And with that being said, remember, you are the protagonist of your own story.